This is Haywire Foundry on Epic Elite. So I'm still working on my Sharati Champion, current Destiny here. Long way to go. I'm almost to the second rank. I'll really be happy to be out of this Destiny.
The sweltering heat in these tunnels is almost unbearable. Who would want to live in such a place? An earth elemental rises from the ground.
So first thing, we have to pull this lever here. And then it closes pretty quickly, so we need to make sure we pull it and then
locks into place
get over here
the
quick
gate
enough.
Opens. You hear the sound of clockwork gears winding down.
And then talk to Assistant RC2.
The gate crashes shut. Viscous fluid oozes from a wound in RC2's side, almost as if something burrowed its way in.
And so this is sort of a lockout here. So you either need to keep somebody here to let them back in, or they get locked out, or people are locked out.
You hear someone clearing his throat.
Oh, I guess he's trying to get him killed. So that you can basically carry him to the end. That's a good approach. So the traps here are typically after, a lot of them are after the traps. The trap boxes are after the traps in some cases. Like you can see, that trap is still there. And they're going to be this side. I don't think it's here. I think it's on the other side. Yep. And so one thing I learned that I didn't know before is there'll be a trap box that spawns here after we complete this area, which for some reason I just never noticed. But that's good to know. I think I probably had in the past have wondered, why am I getting hit with the trap? The traps. I just assumed there's probably one that wasn't disabled. You couldn't disable. Never occurred to me that I have to recheck the same spot twice. And I stumbled across that this life, for the first time ever. My magic missile on because these engineers do magic missile. And unfortunately, I don't think these drones are evil. Oops, stunned. And I do have my Harper pin, but I want to use it for a situation that's a little more dire.
main gate lever locks
All right,
into
so
place,
this side is done.
a
If we had
brief
somebody
power
waiting at the
surge
beginning,
shorts
we
out the
could
storage area's energy
de-door back.
barriers.
So this opens to a middle way. We can't get to the other side because we haven't been there yet, but it opens to a shrine, so we'll just open it. And then this is the trap box that I didn't learn about until recently, that only spawns after you complete this area. As far as I know, it's the only trap box in the game with that mechanic. Alright, there's a trap box here, and that'll keep the floor from collapsing. But this one's not a big deal. If you for some reason blow up the trap box or you can't disable it, you just kind of hug to the right and you won't fall down. So I only have 20 minutes of shield clickies, but I'm going to go ahead and use it here because I know that. Alright, so this here, kind of go about here and then just jump up, and then you can kind of land on the pipe for that collapsing floor. If I was in danger of dying there, or someone else was in danger of dying, I probably would have I probably would have used my Harper pin there, but I feel pretty comfortable. I was going to survive. So yeah, the being in Shirati is especially painful in this quest because none of these enemies are evil, at least at this point. So it's definitely very painful being in Shirati in this quest after being in Legendary Dreadnought for with Master's Blitz for a few quests last level, where my DPS over doubled, nearly tripled. I'm going to take out some of these sort of non-bosses that have fewer hit points.
Creature crawl out from under RC1's body and slip away into the shadows.
There's always a trap actually right back here, or a trap box I should say. The trap itself is over here. And I'm not going to worry about disabling. These disable the fire. I'll show you here.
As the massive switch is thrown,
so you can
it
see.
disables a flame jet.
But since we are jumping up here, let me see. Let me give. Where's Chronivere? He's just back there, I think, cleaning up the enemies. Still got a minute left on my shield clicky. That should be enough to get me to the final area where we have these engineers. So painful being in Shirati, but not to. Sorry to belabor the point, but after being in Legendary Dreadnought Tier 5 very briefly. But that's okay, that's just part of the game, and this is a first life issue, really. Alright, so a few traps here. And if I've not been in a trapping build, what I do is I go stand back as far as possible, pull a lever and back up, and I usually avoid a lot of damage that way. Alright, there should be a couple, maybe just that one trap box right there. That's it. For some reason I was thinking there was three. There's two on this side, but I guess there's just one. So yeah, you just kind of stand back. If I don't have trapping, pull it, and then back up real quick, and I could usually avoid most of the damage, if not all of the damage. Alright, so we now got this side done. Now we just drop down and head back to the center area, and we could move forward. So the way to solve this puzzle is you can see above the rune wheel, it tells you what symbol you need. You need the symbol right above the rune wheel. And so I'm going to get that on both sides. Chronivere is going to take care of the oozes while I do the puzzle. So now that I have this symbol matching the one above the rune wheel, then I get the symbol that's in here on each of these rune wheels by the cage. Alright, so the symbol now that one's done, so now I get this one. This symbol is that, so I'm going to put this on the rune wheels next to it. And then change it to the symbol in the middle. So that is necessary to unlock it. So right now it's locked. I have to change it to that symbol. And now that's done, I can change this to the symbol in the middle. And when that happens, all the oozes disappear that are left.
You spy the master control room key, just where Haywire said it would be. A turn of the key unlocks the heavy doors.
And so yeah, my GPS is a little weak for being in karate, but I'm at least getting caster damage reduction with my pierce adamantine feet.
The last of the guards falls in a heap of battered metal. Now it's time to end this madness.
Alright, so I've still got 4 minutes on my buff, which should be enough. I'm gonna go ahead and just give myself my jump clicky. And we are ready to go. Lever is blocked. I wonder, let me try a different angle.
A toneless voice echoes through the foundry. This complex will self-destruct in 5 minutes. Please evacuate.
And the self-destruct mechanism is a reason he wanted to get his guy killed at the beginning, so that he could loot the chest, because his buffing bard TR's with him, so you know he'll need tokens and all those things too. And so some people run right to the end. We always just clear everything. I'm not going to bother with the traps because we could evade all these.
4 minutes until self-destruct.
Took some heavy damage there, but I was able to lay on hands, and I think Chronivere healed me at the same time, so I got like 3,000 heals in heals total. I did a Cure Serious, fully meted, plus a lay on hands, and then I got something from Chronivere also. And so you can see there's plenty of time to get here, even with killing everything.
But this is important. Keep your ears perked for further instructions.
I've seen a lot of people die in this part from because of what I'll call zerging, unnecessary speed. Including hardcore. I've seen a death here on hardcore because the death on hardcore was a little bit different. What happened is when you go through this blast door, a few things get triggered. So at some point there's going to be a big flame that's going to come down this hallway, very deadly.
Rumblings
And
from deep within the
I think once
factory
that message
reverberate
starts,
down
there's
the
a
corridor.
timer.
Stay clear.
You want to make sure you don't fall down here. There's no way back up. I'll let Chronivere get that one because there's going to be a big fire coming through. And so because one person ran ahead, the other people were behind. So somebody was running down that hallway at the exact time that fire came right there and died on hardcore. So um, it's best to stick together and have the whole party coming at the same time, you know, because there's plenty of time where there's never a need to rush this last part. People, I think, feel rushed, but there's because of the timer, but there's just plenty of time. All right, I'll talk to Haywire.
Haywire gestures to the glowing
And then we need to
quarterstaff
grab
on
this
the lectern.
staff.
Take it. You've earned it. You feel
That
powerful
completes the
elemental
quest.
energy course through your hands.
Let me get Archive raised.
You might be able to channel this power.
And so one token and 39 fragments, not too bad at all.
One minute until self-destruct.
And then we're safe behind the blast doors, but if you're not behind those blast doors, you'll die in that quest if you're here when that self-destruct happens. And that is Haywire Foundry on Epic Elite.